Thorax was the first changeling to abandon the concept of feeding on love and started sharing it instead. But how did this changeling, well, change? The first time we see a bit of him is one little glimpse of him flying into the direction of the Crystal Empire at the end of the Crystaling, which teases his first appearance with a speaking role in The Times They Are Changeling. In this episode, he is discovered by Spike, who patrols the Crystal Empire in search of changelings who could be trying to invade to get the love around Flowey Heart. And he finds one, but it's different than he expected. This changeling saves him when he's about to fall down a cliff, which convinces him that he really isn't trying to invade. Thorax then explains a bit of his backstory. He was a changeling like all the others, except he wasn't. He always felt like he didn't belong, and then, at the invasion of Canterlot, he realized what it was. He doesn't want to feed on love. He doesn't want to destroy the kind of friendship the main six had. He wants to share love, not steal it. This convinces Spike to try and use his reputation as Spike the Brave and Glorious to speak with the princesses and talk about Thorax. This failed spectacularly, which is why we get to see his Crystal Pony persona, Crystal Hoof. In this form, he can be seen making his first connection with ponies, and shortly after with the princess and the others. But then he meets Flowey Heart and everything goes downhill from there. His changeling instincts begin to shine through. He transforms back to his changeling form and starts hissing at Flowey Heart because of the overwhelming love. Now that he is revealed, the ponies start accusing Thorax of just trying to drain the life of them, and Spike does nothing to defend him and go against the ponies. This leaves Thorax heartbroken and he runs away crying. The guards then again search for the changeling, but only Spike knows his hiding spot, which he promptly visits because he feels bad about not having him earlier. Thorax had completely given up hope to ever find friends, but Spike's apology and the trust that Thorax still has in him help convince him to try one last time. They go back to the castle, and before they can capture Thorax, Spike starts singing. This song is A Changeling Can Change.
Would you say I'm a hero?
No. And that's right. Even this changeling that would normally feed on love abandoned his hive, his family, to pursue friendship. After the song, Twilight is the first one to step up and accept Thorax, as well as support and praise Spike for putting his reputation on the line as Thorax's first friend. Shining Armor and Cadence then follow and accept him into the Crystal Empire. And with that, Thorax took the first steps to change the world of the changelings. Forever. His next appearance is in the Season 6 finale, where he helps Starlight, Trixie and Discord to get into the Changeling Kingdom. His insight on the Hive and the ways of the changelings is a great help in this endeavor. But first we get to see something new, his shiny wings, which are a symbol of his change, and he tells us that Sunburst sent him to get help, which implies that he now has at least earned the trust of Sunburst, which was obviously unheard of before. This changeling got integrated into pony society, which makes him a pioneer of his kind. Now, he helps the others navigate the hive, and even transforms into Starlight to trick Chrysalis. She immediately sees through the disguise, and their plan seemingly fails. But then, Chrysalis tries to take all the love he has. And oh, she gets it all. Thorax shares all his love with her, and with that a shining light. The power of this blast throws her against the throne, which is starting to crack. After the light, a cocoon appears around him, and from this emerges a changed changeling. This new, more colorful form inspires the other changelings to share their love, and the power that emanates from them gives the last push and the throne crumbles and explodes, which finally frees the trapped ponies. His initiative inspired most of the other changelings to follow his example and become reformed changelings. These events established him as the leader of the Hive. Triple Threat is the next episode with him in focus. In this one, we learn about his insecurities and problems. He has a problem keeping the other changelings in check, and seeks Spike's help to get more assertive. He clashes with Amber for a bit because they both want to protect Spike, their first real friend. But in the end they help each other with their problems. He tells Amber about friendship and he learns from her how to be more assertive. The last episode that has him, or at least part of his story, in focus is to change a changeling. In this episode we see how much the changeling kingdom evolved. Now they have many different ways to pass the time. He really changed the hive to be a safe environment for all the changelings, and most of them changed with it, except for Thorax, his brother. But he isn't the one I'm talking about today. Through the flashbacks in this episode we can see a bit of Thorax's childhood. He was always different, softer than the other warrior type changelings. This makes him an easy target for bullying. But Thorax protected him, at least a little bit. So even back then, some changelings, other than him, had the potential of change and kindness. Now he is an assertive and strong leader, even putting Starlight in her place about leading the episode's enemy, the Malworth, to the hive. But this gives him a chance to prove his usefulness in battle, when fighting it alongside Thorax. And even Thorax, in the end, got reformed in his own way. He really has become a dependable leader. This also can be seen in his little speaking appearances in School Days and Uprooted, where he is shown to really care about other changelings, like Ocellus, even being willing to start a war over her disappearance. And he is disappointed like the other leaders, after Chancellor Naysay says nay to the other creatures being in the School of Friendship. He has come a long way from a little changeling that got bullied to an assertive and strong leader. He is loyal to his friends and his hive, while remaining a kind and caring creature overall. This difference from an early age is a sign that he always was meant to be something great, something different, and he really became the leader he was meant to be. The leader who took the changelings to a new age of sharing and caring. But what do you think about him? Does he deserve to be a leader? What advice would you give him to better his ways of ruling? Can a changeling only change when he changes his form, or can a changeling also change in other ways? Let me know, and until next time, fellow bronies, brony fellas, and bye.
Little help?
Why do you think I would help you? I'm an evil changeling.